What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Update 7 of Forza Motorsport is here, and today we're going to go over some of the new content and some of the new game fixes that are included in Update 7, so I hope you guys are ready. Starting off with the biggest piece of content, we have a new track. Not exactly new, it has been in previous Forza Motorsport games before, but now we can race at Brands Hatch. Once again, we do have the Grand Prix and Indy circuits, so if you want to race the full track, which is my personal favorite, I love it, I love this track, or you can race the shorter version if you're running some lower spec cars. If you are a fan of classic cars and classic race cars, this month's career tour is going to be for you. It is the Retro Racers Tour, and not only that, the classic car racing will continue in the refreshed Open Class Tour as well. Rewards for completing both of these tours are the 1977 Renault and a 1964 Brabham. This month will also conclude the end of the current Car Pass. As with most cars brought to the game lately, they are geared more towards motorsports. These are race cars, so if that's your thing, get excited, get ready. Personally, I am very excited for the BMW M Pro Car Series, which leads us to the featured multiplayer, where in Week 1, the classic racing will continue with the Formula 60 series, driving some old school open wheel cars. Moving on to Week 2 with the BMW M Pro Car Spec Series, can't wait for that one. Week 3 will bring us back to the GTP C Series, and we will end it again with the Vintage Le Mans Sports Car Series. It is slightly disappointing not to see more new multiplayer series. Instead, we are just getting some repeated ones, but hopefully we will start to see the same thing that happened with the Formula Mazda series, where it will just become a permanent series you can enter in at any time. Moving on from new content in the game, let's talk about some of the game fixes, which is really probably the most important thing about this update and every update. First off, if you are a PC user, there has been new audio settings that help reduce your CPU usage, as well as RAM usage in the car livery editor, and fixing other infinite loading screens throughout the game. Now, this next game fix might throw some people off because it definitely threw me off, and that is reducing the game install size by 15 to 20%. That's about 25 to 29 gigabytes. But when turning on my Xbox, I was actually prompted to completely reinstall the entire game, which did catch me off guard, but it was all good once it was done with. If you are one who does a lot of racing in the free play mode, there are a couple of game fixes for you as well. Drivatar AI behavior has been adjusted at the beginning of races, as well as addressing a common game crash when trying to start these free play races in general. But of course, when you think Forza Motorsport, you think of multiplayer, and there are a number of great fixes for multiplayer racing that hopefully make a difference. To start off, proximity arrows have been enabled for all players in multiplayer, which I didn't know that they weren't to begin with, but I guess I would take that as a win. It's unfortunate we don't have a radar system like Gran Turismo 7 has. It's a little bit disappointing we just have the same proximity arrows we did in Motorsport 7, but they are in fact very crucial when trying to have a clean race in multiplayer. Up next, there have been multiple featured multiplayer crashes that have been resolved. If you are like me, you've been racing online by yourself, with friends, you're sitting in the lobby waiting to start the race, and all of a sudden, your game crashes. The screen goes black, you're stuck in a loading screen. Hopefully, that has been resolved with this update. There have been multiple featured multiplayer crashes that should be resolved. Again, a very important factor when it comes to multiplayer racing, and even in single player, is your fuel and tire wear. Fuel telemetry estimates have been fixed in-game and hopefully will keep you from adding a little bit less or a little bit more fuel than you need. Going back to the proximity arrows just briefly again, the sensitivity and angling of them has been adjusted as well. I'm not quite sure what that means. I guess I'll have to do a couple of races and actually pay attention to see if they are any different. But at least they are trying to make some adjustments towards better, safer racing. And that brings us to probably one of the most important things about this entire update, and that is changes to Forza's race regulations system. We all know this has been very flawed from the beginning. A lot of times you will be penalized for doing absolutely nothing, while others get away with completely driving you off the track. I know it's happened to me more times than I can count. But again, these issues are continuing to be acknowledged, and hopefully we will notice these regulations working properly. That is all I have for you today, guys. Just a very quick, brief video on the new updates coming to Forza Motorsport. There was some really good stuff on these patch notes, as well as some great new cars and a track that I love to race at. So hopefully you guys are stoked about this update. Hopefully you enjoy this next month of content. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have noticed any changes to the Forza regulations, Drivatar AI behavior, or anything else. I will leave a link down in the description below for the full page of patch notes. If you enjoyed today's video, feel free to leave me a like and subscribe for more Forza Motorsport content. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Peace.